Hello, welcome to Everyman Fragrances. My name is Steve. Now, recently I did that thing that we all do that you definitely shouldn't do. Not that. I'm talking about blind buying a fragrance. It's one of those things, everyone recommends you don't do it and you shouldn't do it. It's stupid. Do not do it. Just get a sample, find out, smell it in store, do whatever you need to do. Do not blind buy a fragrance. It's stupid. But fuck that. I do it all the time. And I did it recently with this, and you know what? It worked in my favour. It doesn't always, but it did, because this is an absolute banger. It is Mancera's Tonka Cola. Now, the reason I blind bought this is basically because of the notes. I loved the note breakdown. It sounded, I watched loads of videos, I did my research. So I'm quite good now knowing what things I should or shouldn't like. Don't always get it right. But this on paper I should have really liked, and you know what, I really do. It's a gorgeous, yummy, sweet cola, cherry cola thing going on, but it's fun, but sexy. It's really quite powerful as well. I really enjoy it. But you know what? You don't want to hear about me. I've got a boring voice. So when I was in Essence in Milan recently, I asked Fragmental, Chris and Tony from Fragdicted, what they think to this fragrance. So let's find out what they've got to say about it. Hello, it is the last day of Essence. Oh, here's Christopher. Do you want to join in? Yeah. We're about to smell Tonka Cola.
Oh, squeeze in. We're actually doing content.
Yeah, we're doing content because we're content creators. Basically that's, you've got Tonka Cola in your hand from Mancera. So why I had some very knowledgeable noses here, I thought I'd get you guys to wear it, sniff it and share your opinion. Yeah,
cool.
Go for it. I mean, just freestyle, do whatever you want to do with it. Obviously, I wore this the other night, didn't I? And sort of guys gave quite good feedback.
We've had a little preview, haven't we? Yeah.
What I would say that me and Chris both commented as we walked out of the hotel and walked through Steve's Central that we could smell it. It was strong and it smelled good. We both complimented you straight away, didn't we? So we know it smells good, but should we have a little?
Yeah.
Spray? I'm quite happy to spray it on my hand.
You'll have a little go on the hand.
Yeah. See, well, actually, I won't say anything. I was gonna lead you there, but I won't do that. I will let you. It's strong.
It's quite spicy actually. There's a spice to it.
Yeah. Initially, you do get the cola, don't you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
It's quite prominent. And the cherry, yes.
I find the opening right off the rip it's a bit, but then once it settles for like 5 minutes, it then starts it just smoothens up a little bit because it's quite like intense. The cola, it's quite like synthetic and a bit full on, but you almost just need to give it a little bit to. That's what I find.
Cola vibes similar a little bit to the cola vibes in Enigma, but not booziness.
That's a good point actually. A lot of people compare it to Enigma, and obviously that's one of your favourite frags of all time. So what's your stance in its comparison?
So in terms of the cola aspect, there are similarities, but other than that, you get the cognac in Enigma, you get a creamy vanilla in there. There's always loads of things going on in Roger's fragrances.
It's a lot more complex.
So the cola aspect is there. Overall, spicier than Enigma, not as smooth, but that's not a criticism. No. That's just to say it's a different style of fragrance.
You weren't expected to be fair. I can see why people compare it in the sense that it's a similar style frag to Enigma, but it's not. It's not a clone. It's not anything like that. But it's a bit like Enigma's fun kid brother, who's kind of wants to be like him, but it's not quite there yet.
Doesn't dress as well.
Yeah. I think the slight danger of fragrances like this, that are called Coca-Cola, you think, all right, I like the smell of Coca-Cola, but do I want to walk around smelling of Coca-Cola? But there's more going on, obviously. There's Tonka in there, and it's quite a spicy little number, so it is a fun fragrance that has cola vibes, but there's more to it than that, so it's a very wearable.
I like the cherry in it as well. I think the cherry is not too sweet, it's just, I like that vibe.
Nice little fizz to it.
Yeah. So people compare the cherry to what's the EDP version of not Galan. Trying to think what it is.
L'Omédiel?
Yes, L'Omédiel.
Similarity, definitely.
Yeah.
See, I would I would put it somewhere between. I initially thought there was tobacco in there, and I think that's because of the cherry nut. So I picked up a little bit of sort of a Naxos vibe. So I get. I would say if I was comparing it and I was reviewing it, I would maybe say it somewhere between Naxos and Enigma. Maybe not as refined as both of those, but in the middle somewhere. And like you said, the good analogy of like the fun younger brother maybe doesn't dress as well. But I would say it's some of, and I think it's the cherry that's doing that. It just reminds me of a sort of cherry tobacco fragrance. But the cola is really nice. And essentially, you said who wants to walk around smelling like Coca-Cola, but essentially Coca-Cola has a lot of spices in there, cinnamon and things. So I can see why people use it, and I really like the smell of cola. I really do. So I'd wear that. Yeah,
and I would say that rather than it just being the smell of opening a can of Coke, to me it's more the smell of a fizzy cola candy sweet. You know, with the sugar around it. It sort of reminds me more of that than a Coca-Cola itself. But great sillage. I was walking behind you the other day. And
it's strong, performs well, lasts. So yeah. So on the whole, recommend it.
I had a great scent. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Shall we? Let's steal something that because Mike's not here, he's still in bed. So let's steal the something they do on the Clone podcast. Would you sample, buy, or avoid? Is that what they do? Ooh. Yeah, something like that.
I don't think there's anything to really not like about it. Some of the fragrances, I say, can be quite abrasive and a little bit synthetic, and I wouldn't say this is much different. It is quite a synthetic fragrance, but it does smell really nice, and I would definitely encourage people to sample it.
Yeah, it's a compliment getter, and I think if you don't like it, it's because you won't like that style of fragrance. You won't like that sweet kind of fun. If that's not your thing, you're not going to like this. But if you like that style, I think you'll like this.
I think factoring in the price as well, Mancera is usually reasonable value, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not too expensive.
That was about 100-ish quid for 100 ml, something like that.
Well, I mean, that's designer prices these days, isn't it? So I think that's decent value. If you like cola, if you like Enigma, if you like that style of scent, then I think I'd say buy. For that price, for this smell, I think buy it.
So a sample and a buy. And what was your fault, Steve? What were you?
I'd buy it because I have done. No, I actually blind bought this, to be fair. I looked it up, I looked at reviews and did all the usual, and I thought, this is my style of fragrance. I like that sort of sweet, fun kind of. Yeah, I was a bit unsure about the cola. I was like, don't know, kind of like you. I was like, do I want to smell of cola? But then the cherry and fortunately, it's not too full on. I think the cherry and the rest of the stuff that's going on sort of make it. So yeah, cool, nice one. Well, cheers, chaps. What are we doing today?
Last little mooch around the fair, around Essence. See what new stuff we can discover and. That's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we're flying home, aren't we?
We're flying home tonight. Yeah.
Right, cool. Right, brilliant. Thank you for your take, and we'll. How do you sign off these sort of little bits, Chris? What do you say? See you later. See you on the other side.
Give it a like, subscribe if you found me and you're not subscribed. If you do all that, see you in the next one.
So there you go. The three of us all think this is a certified banger. So check it out if you can. It's not the cheapest fragrance, but it does have really good performance, so that does improve its value for money. Before I go, I'm just going to show you some B-roll footage of the bottle because I do think Mancera do it quite well, really. It's simple but effective. Even though it's a stick-on label, the bottles still look kind of fairly classy and relatively high-end. I mean, they're not like, really expensive niche bottles, but they're not cheap and cheerful either. I don't know, I just think they look quite classy. I don't know, perhaps I've just got low expectations. The cap has a little bit of detailing on the top and it is magnetic as well. So there you go, you can't go wrong. It's not the cheapest fragrance in the Mancera line, but as I say, it really is a very good one that will get you compliments. So what more do you want from a fragrance, to be fair? Do comment below, let me know what is your favourite from the House of Mancera. I'll be really curious to find out. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, just like Chris says, and I will see you for another video soon. Take care, much love.